This podcast is a part of the Dragon Suplex Podcast Network. Find us wherever you get your podcasts and visit us at chopskicksandnearfalls.com for daily articles about wrestling from around the globe.
Emergency. It is an emergency. Queen's Quest arrived. Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived. Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived.
Down to the queens.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody inside and outside of the gender spectrum, and welcome back to Stardom Quest, the best weekly Stardom podcast anywhere in the world. I am, as always, Alex, and I am joined by Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
Ay, Dios mío, Alex, how are we about to get through this? You sound like a motherfucker. You are not sounding good. Hey guys, I'm Dylan Murray. As always, I am back to talk about Stardom. I don't even know what we have to talk about. I feel like there's not a lot popping off right now.
Yeah,
Well, we have to
nothing.
talk about Sasha. Is she real? Who knows? Find out later on in Stardom Quest.
That is a good as place as any to start. So, recent news indicates that there may be a big arrival coming to Stardom. A former title holder in WWE, potentially one of the most influential wrestlers in America of the past few years, potentially one of the best in-ring wrestlers to ever grace America as far as women go. Mandy Rose is on the scene.
That's true.
But no,
She lost
Mandy
the belt.
Rose.
She's on her way out. We about to. It's about to be tough enough over here.
Yes, for sure. No, Mandy Rose is never stepping into a wrestling ring again. That woman does not have to. So the recent reports are that Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Vernado, or Mercedes Bonet, or whatever her name is, she has an offer on the table from Bushiroad that is very high to work a few dates for them early next year, and she's currently not under contract with the WWE. So,
I thought she was, but she isn't going to be as of next
I
month.
think Dave Meltzer said she's done. So
See, I kept seeing like headlines that are like Sasha done with WWE, and then it's like, oh well, technically she has a contract, and they might freeze it, and I'm just like, what the that doesn't mean done. What do you mean? You can't say, oh, she's done, and then be like, well, I mean, they could freeze her contract for the next 9 months, and she might not be able to do anything. But if Meltzer says it, now I'll believe him.
so he was basically saying like, yeah, she's finished with the WWE. And that was backed up by Voices of Wrestling, and they essentially were saying like, she's got a big offer on the table. It's to basically grow the international presence of women in Bushiroad, which is obviously Stardom. So
Yeah.
big idea with her working there is she'll probably do the New Japan shows, fight for the IWGP Women's title, and then be on the big Stardom show. It is for limited dates, so I would imagine we're gonna get like 2 matches maybe initially. It seems like most indications are that we will see Sasha Banks wrestling for a Stardom title. I guess technically the IWGP Women's title is a
Yeah.
Stardom title, and potentially in a Stardom ring next year, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah. You know how like comedians are like scared of cancel culture for no reason.
Yeah.
The idea of Sasha and Stardom is the first time I've ever been scared to say something about Stardom, because like I was like, oh no, people gonna get mad. um, but no, I'm obviously really excited for this. I think she will be great. I will say that it is funny that the same report that talked about Sasha being like asking for way too much money came the same day that Bushi's like, you don't have to pay me anything. I just don't want to be here no more. And I was like, that's crazy. That is a crazy dynamic. That's like, but anyway, I am really excited to see her wrestle. Everybody's been talking about their dream matches. You did a did a what is it interaction farm with Momo and Sasha.
It
I
wasn't
tried to follow it up.
engagement farming. I just like
Yeah.
want the match.
Okay. I followed it up with Saya Kamatani versus Sasha because I think that would be better. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I hope that she does, come around and do some good matches. It does kind of suck. I mean, I didn't expect her to do fucking tours. You know what I mean? But it does kind of suck that sounds like we won't be talking about Sasha and Stardom a year from now. You know what I mean? Like she'll be there for a couple shows until Bushiroad goes bankrupt, basically. Um, like
Yeah.
that's what we're looking at. So that's a bit of a shame. But I'm still excited for the matches.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like a very short term thing. Um, just to maybe just get her in and get the programs done and kind of raise the profile of Stardom and New Japan. Um, I think the hope is that she does the Chris Jericho. Where when Chris Jericho first went to New Japan, he was like, "Well, Vince has nothing to do with me. I'm free. Like they're paying well. I might as well do it." And then once he did it, he was like, "Oh shit, this is great. Like I love wrestling." So you're kind of hoping that Sasha gets that itch as well, where she's just like, "Oh, this I love this," right?
Yeah.
'Cause
And I think that's
otherwise,
what a lot of people are kind of like banking on and have been
yeah,
banking on. Like the people who are like, damn, I want to see Hashimoto versus Banks, right? Everybody
yeah,
wants to fucking see that. But she went there to volunteer farm. I don't know if they can pay her $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, uh, but I mean, hey, if she really just like she wrestles in front of a Japanese crowd, she wrestles in a Joshi promotion, and she's like, damn, I want to do this more. Hell, maybe she'll go to fucking Sendai. Maybe she'll do a match there. Maybe she'll do a match here. Maybe she will like lower her price, right? So that she could do it a bit more, or maybe not lower her price, but be a bit more, willing to work consistently if she does really like it. Because um, I think the Voice of Wrestling report did say that it's like she has been following Stardom for a long time. Like she is interested in very specific people. She wants to wrestle very specific people. She isn't just like going in with a payday. You know what I mean? Like this a part of it is a passion project, but she's also getting paid uh crazily. So I mean, and I'm not gonna blame the girl for getting her bag. So shout out to her.
yeah. That's the thing is that this isn't really something you could do consistently. Um, unless obviously she like draws huge numbers, which would be another case. Um, 'Cause the thing is, WWE gets their new TV deal next year. Chances are that they're going to be like, "Hey, Mercedes, yeah, how much do you want?" And that'll be it, right? Because they're going to need her by
Wait, they
then, I
get their new
imagine.
what now?
Sign the new TV deals next year, don't they?
Oh yeah, 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 they
Yeah,
do.
and so do AEW, but I don't know if AEW would be a destination for her. Although they do have that mystery partner thing next month. Um, yeah, it's I don't know. Sasha in Stardom, even if it's short term, is fantastic. I'm pretty sure cheering is allowed for Wrestle Kingdom, so you're gonna get that reaction for her. And I'd assume she's on Stardom World Climax then as well, which is obviously a huge addition to that show. Um, Look, if we're getting two matches, I hope it's two singles matches. She's obviously going to challenge Kyrie. I think that one's a given. Um, expect that one to be on like I don't know if New Japan's running a big show on Mania weekend, but I feel like that would be where you should do Sasha versus Kyrie if I was them. It's like
Yeah.
that's where she's gonna sell the most tickets, right? Like I don't know how many tickets she's gonna shift to Japan, but if she's headlining an arena show in America, that's gonna sell more tickets. So I'd imagine the first match of hers is in New Japan, and then I mean, I assume they'll do a Mayu match at World Climax. That just feels like the obvious goal. Mayu has a big movie to promote next year, so you're gonna want to put her in a big match, and there's
Does
two
do you think
bigger than.
Sasha wins the belt?
I don't know. I think Sasha doesn't care about that stuff because she's always been very willing to lose, right? Like I don't think she
Yeah.
cares that much. Like I feel like if they were like, look, you're not staying, so we can't really give you the belt, then she'd be like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. If they can lock her down,
Ooh.
and yeah, maybe she'd be like, "Hey, could I have the belt?" But if not, then no, I wouldn't think so.
A part of me does wonder, and like this is a bit off topic, but a part of me does wonder like what the real plan for the IWGP belt is, right? Because I'm looking at like the New Japan schedule, and they have a New Beginnings show in Tam's home arena in the Dolphins arena, and I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, Tam's not winning the belt, but if she did win the belt, she'd probably defend it there. And but that's the New Beginnings, right? And the New Beginning is big if you ask some people, and it's small if you ask others. So I'm kind of, because that's the thing, is that when's the next big, quote unquote, big New Japan show? You know, like it's not Dominion, but
Yeah.
before Dominion's Best of Super Juniors, and before that is they change it every year nowadays. I fucking hate it. Um, but you know, like, so I am kind of questioning, like, oh, I wonder what the big show is, uh,
Yeah.
coming up.
I mean, I assume it's an America show. Like, they ran MSG that year. I don't know where Mania is next
There
year. Is it
is,
Hollywood? Is it California?
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Wait,
like,
yeah, yeah, it is, it
yeah.
is.
So they might
But
run somewhere in California. I don't know
oh,
if
no,
there's
no, no,
big
no, no, no,
venues.
we're idiots, we're idiots, we're idiots. They have a San Jose show in February,
What's the venue
which
for that?
the Civic Center.
Is that big?
Uh, capacity. I'm looking it up. It is no. Yeah, they're not doing that. Um,
Yeah, I
three
mean,
thousand.
you're
So no.
not. I feel like you're not doing Sasha versus Kyrie unless there's like 10,000 seats, right? Like there's
Yeah, unless you're putting like like a big show around it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, there's gonna be an Okada defense when there is a Kyrie
yes,
Sasha match. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Um, so yeah, I mean, I just wonder how much she'll be in Stardom because it seems like the negotiations are with Bushiroad as a whole to primarily do New
That's
Japan.
because Star's broke.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, it probably benefits New Japan more because imagine telling Sasha Banks fans that you have to subscribe to Stardom World and then wait 5 days to see her match. Like they're not doing it.
Send her to Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
doing it.
Same gimmick.
Yeah, so they will potentially be like, oh yeah, I'll do this New Japan World thing and I'll watch her. So it's gonna be interesting, I guess. The matches should be fantastic. Sasha's great. I think Sasha is fantastic. I'm just honestly, if it happens, I'll just be like blown away. I don't even care. I will watch Wrestle Kingdom
Is she
just
real?
to
Is
see.
she real?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna watch Wrestle Kingdom just to see her. So
Oh yeah, I haven't watched the tag league finals. I know who won the World Tag League, but I don't give a fuck about that. But it's looking bad. Wrestle Kingdom is looking not good this year,
yeah.
which is a shame because like
Have you heard the
it's been
news
up and down.
about your favorite faction,
Bullet Club, what about them?
Suzuki Gun?
Oh, did they break up?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not surprising.
yeah. I, I
How did
I actually tweet about it. I was like, condolences to Dylan for the faction going away that he likes.
what the yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this one.
Yeah, Dylan's in mourning now. We've ruined it. I'm sick and he's going to be in mourning, so that's a great way to start the
Yeah,
show. Um, I don't know if there's any news from Stardom that we need to cover other than this Sasha stuff. But they did change the card for the Korakuen. I think that happened after we recorded. Um, yeah, because the Waka match that I was talking about last week, she is added to the Meltier versus 7 Up tag, so it's now a handicap match. Which yeah, I said last week because she cut her promo. I was like, I will protect Tam and Natsupoi. Don't worry.
God, this shit sounds worse than I thought.
Yeah,
Like this entire show just, oh my god,
yeah,
New Japan's terrible.
yes.
That's wild.
But yeah, so that's
Okay.
the handicap match. They might still change that. They might still add another the Shinigami or whatever, but probably not. Um, the other card change for the year-end climax show is that the Stars versus Queen's Quest tag match is now a Christmas gift competition match, which means they have presents, which are probably weapons, and
Wait, what match is it?
a Christmas gift competition match.
Yeah, what match did they change
Oh,
to
Stars
either?
versus Queen's Quest, 8-woman tag.
Ah,
Yeah.
Fun.
So you have to enter one at a time, dressed as Santa, and then you get a luxury brand product to play with. So
What the fuck are we
probably
doing?
weapons, dressed as Santa. And then the four-way match that I think Waka was in is just a three-way match now, so there's nothing really there. Yeah, that's the change to the year-end climax card. I didn't really understand announcing Beltier versus 7-Up only to a few days later be like, oh, actually Waka is in it. Like, why did you just put Waka in it in the first place, right? Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's
Yeah, that is really dumb.
yeah.
That's a real Stardom move right
Yes,
there.
yeah, needlessly complicating it. Like you just
Yeah.
um, yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else with Sasha. I mean, we don't really know anything about it. We don't know how long she's gonna be here. We can predict she'll do like two matches at most because World Climax and the Kyrie Challenge. But beyond that, like she could just go back to the WWE. She might sign with AEW and not do Stardom anymore. She might catch the itch and always do big Stardom shows. You have no idea. We have no idea.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
I'm
What?
sorry. I'm still dying about this fucking dude. They're not doing Takataichi anymore.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite event. What the I'm mad. No, okay. You know what? I'm okay. Okay. I'm putting my phone down, and we could just talk about this.
Okay.
But holy
Oh
shit,
my
bro!
god.
They just oh my. Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you sure?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. So
Okay. I'm focused.
from the past week in Stardom, we have two shows to review. I don't know why I sound this bad. I literally have been fine all day, and now that I'm recording, my nose is just like no. Like I'm literally not this bad.
Would you like me to take over?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Uno momentos. This will be a good
This is a
distraction
great show.
from my
This
heartbreak.
is fantastic.
Yeah,
This is
bro, this is gonna be this is gonna go down as one of the worst
yeah.
shows
I
of all
mean, we
time.
started with
Just
Sasha
because
against
I'm mad, like I'm mad. You're sick.
yeah.
Like it's just like it's ridiculous. But okay, this show happened on the 10th of December in EDN number 2. They got 465 fans. Do you know how good or bad that is? Because it looked fine.
I feel like it's less than they have been doing. Like I would have to check,
Mm.
obviously, but I feel like they usually do like 500 there.
Yeah, I mean they usually get around that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so
Um,
they've had a bit of a dip, I think, in general, for the past few weeks. Maybe it's just like a Christmas rush or something, but I feel like they definitely have. There's been a slight drop in terms of like people
yeah,
showing up.
Julia kind of mentioned it at the
So
end
yeah.
of the show a little bit, like she made like a little comment, but we'll get to that. First match was Tomoka Inaba defeating Lady C with the one-shot kill deadly Tomoka kick. Next kick of the Tomoka generation, all that. Yeah, I know you didn't like this match. I thought it was mid. Yeah, actually, I agree with you. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think Tomoka Inaba is just adjusting, I guess, to working a different house
yeah,
style and also working with people lower on the card than her in a different way. Because in JTO, when she would wrestle people lower down the card, it would just be this like super technical, like really bland work on top, whereas she can't really do that now. They don't want that from her, so I think she's trying to adjust her style to work with people lower down the roster than her, because she's obviously really good at working up to other people. Um, working down to somebody like Lady C is obviously going to take an adjustment, and we're seeing kind of her feeling that out at the moment. Um, yeah, I think Lady C's weaknesses were really on display too. I didn't think she was that good in this match.
yeah.
Just kind of disappointing because I thought she was fine for most of Tag League, but yeah, she really didn't put her best foot forward here.
Yeah, I felt like she had a hard time keeping up with Inaba, and Inaba wasn't really accustomed to like helping her keep up, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I saw it. It also lasted a bit longer than I expected. I mean, it was only 8 minutes, but like those last 3 minutes kind of felt like a grind for me. So yeah, I mean, it was what it was. Um, the next match I did not watch, but it was
Oh, come on.
Momo Watanabe and Saki Kashima defeating Waka Tsukiyama and Natsupoi in 8 minutes 57 seconds. Alex.
Yeah, I thought this was enjoyable. I really stood out to me in this match that like Waka is doing really good stuff lately. Like I don't know, her work is just really clean. She's added all of the hip attacks and stuff, which has added a lot to her game. Um, and I just think generally she's doing pretty well. And obviously Natsupoi's exchanges with the other two were pretty fun. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was an enjoyable tag match. Even if one where like once Waka was in there, I was like, all right, yeah, she's gotta get the shit kicked out of her. So
Yeah, I mean, these Oedo Tai matches are a bit formulaic. But it's not the day for that. The next match was the Koopa Troopa. It was Ruaka and Natsuko defeating Koguma and Momokogo. I did watch this. Um, and so basically how it went was Komomo got hung out to dry early. Koguma got the hot tag. She tagged back out a couple minutes later, and Komomo
yeah.
lost. And if you believe me, I wrote that 2 minutes into the match before any of that
Oh
happened.
God.
Um, I'm not joking. Like as soon as I noticed that like Momokogo was in there for like a minute or two, I was like, okay, so that's how this is going. And then it went exactly the way I thought it would. So that's fun. Um, the finish was Ruaka fucking up a Ruaka bomb, which is the swagger bomb or the Hager bomb, for those familiar with um, the guy with the hat. That's not Rossi Ogawa. And yeah, she fucked it up the first time, and then she hit it properly, and she beat Momokogo, and then everybody in Oedo Tai just made fun of her, and it was really funny.
Very fun.
Yeah, pretty nothing match though. Next up is Tekla versus Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid defeated Tekla with a roll up. How did you feel about this one?
Um, it was like a fine um house show match where a lot of it was like posturing and kind of back and forth, rather than actual like wrestling that they could
Substance.
do. It
Yeah,
did really feel like they were just like sizing each other up for almost the entire match.
and then it ended. Um, yeah, so Kid was wearing a mask that had the colors of the Pan African flag on it because this girl cannot stop stealing from black people. Um, and that was a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, where does that even
I wrote
come
that
from?
I wrote that down yesterday. I wrote that down yesterday. I was like, I love this joke. I cannot not say it. I love it so much. Because I mean, she stole the New Day clap. Her team is named Black Desire, which still sounds like a black porn website. Like it's just like she just keeps doing it, man. It's absurd. Um, but no, that's a joke. I actually really like that mask. It's probably one of my favorites. It looked really really dope. And then the match was, yeah, it was good. It was
Yeah.
fine. Um, Kid won with a roll up, and then Tekla's like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" And then she beats the fuck out of her. And then after Micah like literally like drags Tekla away, Kid just starts like being an absolute shithead. Like, yeah, and I was like, "What? You just got your ass beat. Like, you you just got choked out in like 3 seconds, bro." And yeah, I found that very funny. It was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean they obviously could do a lot more in a proper match. I feel like they've wrestled before, didn't they? Was it a high speed title match or am I just like all right,
No,
okay. Um
I don't think they've had a
all
singles
right,
before.
yeah, because I feel like I've seen them do good work before, and then this was just kind of
They had the tag in Edion where they were both the main
all right, yeah,
people.
that might make sense. Yeah, because I feel like they would work well together, but they just were very surface level in this match.
Yeah, I definitely can see where you're getting at there. The next match, Tam Nakano defeated Mai Sakurai with the Northern Cross, which is a was it
Submission.
uh head
Yeah.
scissors? Yeah, it's a submission, but it's like a head scissors armbar type of gimmick. Um, yeah, the post match was more interesting, but I thought this was like pretty okay compared to their other matches. I have not liked any of their matches, their singles matches against one another, and I thought that like this at least I don't know. I felt like they were being a bit more stiff with their stuff, even if the stuff was still pretty bad.
Then did they wrestle in the GP? I'm pretty sure that was like way more.
You liked that match, and I
Yeah,
hated
that
that
was way
match.
more like rough as far as the strikes went. This one was very. This one was like my Sakurai was trying to work on top almost and just not doing well at it, and then instead of just letting Tam beat the shit out of her, and pick her spots. So I don't know. I just
See, but I don't like those Tam beat the shit out of
But
you matches. I
why?
think that's the
Tab
thing. Is
beats the
that's like
shit
I
out of
always find
people.
those
It's
funny.
great. Like this I don't know. This had a part where they sat down at one point, and
Oh,
like
they did that in that
yeah, but
match
this
too.
one was worse.
That's what I hated the most about that match.
Uh,
This one was also 3 minutes
yeah,
longer than that
like I
one.
feel like
Damn,
this
that one felt like
this
an
one feels like
eternity.
everything you should hate, and yet you're like, oh, this is fine. But that GP match was way better.
I mean, I didn't really like either of them. Like,
Okay,
I thought this one was like
all
better,
right.
but that's wild. No, because there was a lot of dead. That was my main takeaway from the GP match is that there was so much dead air that like I was just like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing right now? This one it just felt like it just like came and went, and I didn't despise it. You know what I mean? Like that was more how it went down. Um,
I see.
and considering my standards for my Sakurai, I consider that a win. You know what I mean? like for my Sakurai singles matches, that I consider a win. So it's more so that it is like, oh, this is like a good match. I don't think it was a good match, but it was. Um, I was just waiting for it to be over at a certain point for sure. They could have shaved some time off of it.
Right.
Yeah, and then after the match, there was some fun stuff. So Tam tried to shake her hand. My Sakurai slapped her. Um, and my Sakurai grabbed the mic and said, "I'm so happy I joined EDM. Fuck Cosmic Angels." And then Tam says, "Bitch, don't say that shit until you beat me, huh? How about that?" And then she left. And my Sakurai waited for her to leave. And she's like, "Fuck that. DDM's better anyway." And I was just like, such a troll, bro. Like you wait for like you get beat, and then you're like, "Man, fuck you." And then it's like, "Don't say that until you can beat me." Then you wait for the person who beat you to leave, and then he's like, "Man, fuck you." Like that's funny to me. That's hilarious. Um,
The
yeah,
post-match
the
thing felt
DDM.
so
My
unnecessary. Like
Oh, it
I don't know.
was.
They haven't like the DDM split was months ago, and they did all that,
It was in
and now
Edion.
they're just doing it again, and I'm like, for what? Like why? Why? Um,
Honestly, I feel like DDM always does shit in Edion,
yes.
like in Edion 2. Like, cause like I'm thinking about it. My Sakurai left and she joined in Edion. Uh, they had the tag title match in Edion. Um, I know Tekla and Mirai didn't debut in Edion, but they did something in Edion. Like it feels like they're always doing shit in Edion number 2 for them. So that's interesting. But yeah, uh, not the
Yeah.
greatest. Uh, I did find it funny when my Sakurai was like, "Man, fuck that. DDM is so much fucking better than Cosmic Angels," and just left. I was like, "Okay, bro. Okay." And then the next match was the start of two good matches, in my opinion. How do you feel about these two? I don't know if I'm being a liar.
Look, I'm gonna be honest here. I watched these across 2 different days because they were uploaded on different
Mm.
days. Um, and my eyes were absolutely burning out of my head for this one. Because I have been sick since like Sunday, in various degrees of sickness. As you can tell today, my nose is like the fucking River Nile. Like it's not happening. So yeah, I watched this and my eyes were like burning out of my head. So like I thought this was a fun match, but not one I could get into. I really didn't like the main event. So yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Which I suppose we'll do later. But yeah, I thought this was a fun
Yeah,
tag.
we'll get into it in a
It
minute.
felt for a long time like uh Stars would just beat up somebody from QQ, and then QQ got the hot tag, and
Yeah.
Stars just started beating up the new person, and I was like, all right, okay, cool.
Yeah. It was it was an interesting match because it felt like every all of the movement they were doing, like all of the like physical things they were doing felt like high impact, but like the vibe, the atmosphere of the match just didn't, right? So it felt like they were like all the stuff was good, but it was like one of those things where it's like you kind of realize that's like, yes, this is a house show and they are wrestling like it is a house show. And that's okay, but it's not it has a limiter on it, right? But I will say that Hazuki did good stuff with all three of them actually. Utami and Mayu did some really fun stuff as well. Um, and then Spannerhead continues to be proven correct because they did Ida and Azumi as like the finishing stretch, and I need that match for the belt now because I think Ida could do it, right? Um, so yeah, shout out to Spanner, he's right about that. And then Queen's Quest won after the Magic Killer foot stomp combination on Ida. So forget everything I just said because Ida just lost to the high speed champion.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a weird finish. Was the foot stomp? I don't.
I mean, it's two like semi
Yeah, yeah.
finishers, right?
Like at
Making one
first, I was
finisher.
like, "Did she win a foot stomp?" And I went, "Oh, they did the magic killer into it, which is kind of all right."
Yeah.
Um,
So I also did the big
oh
dive to the
yes,
outside
okay,
before
yeah,
that onto Ida.
just killed her, absolutely killed her. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Ida just got fucked up this entire match. Like she barely got any offense in, which was kind of a shame. But when she did get offense, it was really good because that's the Ida way.
Oh yeah,
So shout out to her.
we love Vita.
And then, yeah, of course, this is a Eat a Respect podcast. It is also a super strong Star Machine Respect podcast and a Captain Stardom Respect podcast. I hope Captain Stardom comes back soon. Then the main event, you didn't like it. It was God's Eye. It was the main trio from God's Eye. It was Julia. That's not God's Eye. It was Shuri, Mirai, and Ami Sourei losing to Julia, Micah, and Himeka in 20 something minutes, 22 minutes, 21 minutes. Um, Julia pinned Ami, and you didn't like it. I liked it. I thought it was like I'm tired of Julia and Shuri doing the grapple fuck stuff every single match. I'm getting tired of it. Like, 'cause I know they could have a good match, but they please stop. Um, and then like there was some stalling early on, but then after a while, I felt like they just kind of like got into a groove, and I didn't mind it. So, what took away
Well,
from it
it
for
felt
you?
like they were big. The entire match was built around the big Julia and Siri confrontation, which then,
And then that was like the worst
yeah,
part
it
of the
wasn't
match.
very good at all. And like there was some weird parts where like Shuri went to like kick Julia at one point, and Julia just stood up instead, and I was like, I don't think you're meant to do that. And Julia said, "Oh, later, we'll do it later." Um, and then Julia attacked Shuri,
That was
and
so
Shuri was like,
strange.
"What did you mean? I thought you said later." Um, and then
That was so weird because they don't translate things that like are vital to like a match
yeah,
sometimes, but they just made sure that they translated Julia and Shuri talking meaningless shit to each
yeah.
other. And I was like, what? Well, okay, but sorry, go
Yeah,
on.
so I mean, they really spent almost the entire match going, okay, they're gonna like these two are gonna clobber each other at the end. It's gonna be fantastic, um, and then they didn't really do fantastic stuff, which is kind of like everybody else in the match did really well, when they were tasked with doing
Yeah,
anything. But then the Julia versus Siri thing was just so bland and like overly technical and stuff.
yeah. You know the funny thing is that I saw this match and I was like, damn, I think Kameka and Mirai would be a pretty interesting
Yeah,
match. Hamika and Ami would be kind of fun too. Damn, Micah's never really wrestled either of them in singles matches either. Damn, those sound like good matches. And I had no opinion on Shuri and Julia coming out of
yeah,
this match. Obviously that match is going to be great. I mean, they had one of the best matches of the year earlier this year. They have great chemistry together in singles matches. I am fully confident it'll be a good match, but this is not indicative of that, right? Like that's how I kind of saw it. Was that they were definitely like the weak links of this match somehow. Like they just weren't particularly interesting to me. Um, and not even like I think it was just them together because they were just going for a very specific thing, and it just didn't really hit. Because even like Julia and Ami had a pretty decent like closing stretch in my opinion. I thought Ami did pretty well in this match overall. And then Julia pinned her. And yeah, I mean I thought it was good. I was expecting it to go 30, and then when like Julia started like dominating Ami and was like about to win, I was like, damn, that felt like a really quick 30 minutes, and then it was only 21. I was like, oh, that felt like a bit longer than 21. So my expectations were a bit fried there, but yeah, I mean I liked it, but I definitely get what you mean that it's like they built to something and the payoff wasn't very good. But I think that the build with the actress girls wrestling each other, and with the JTO girls wrestling each other, I or not the JTO, but the Taka train girls wrestling each other, I think that that stuff was really good. And then the Julian Sherry stuff was just a little bit subpar compared to what we expect from Julian Sherry. Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah. It wasn't
Around
even
there?
like typical
Yeah.
Julia and Siri. It was just like this really weird attempt at doing something else that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I totally get that. And then yeah, so Julia won, and after the match, Julia reiterates that she's going to destroy Vermilion World. Mwahaha. And part of me was like, okay, I think Sherry should just beat her. She shouldn't, obviously, because arcs and storyline and like character. But Julia's at the point where she's just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna beat you. Cool, cool." And she's just gonna actually do that. And it's like, damn, they definitely could have put a little bit more layers into this this like long-term story that's been kind of fueling itself since what, early 2020. But that's besides the point. Julia then says, "You motherfuckers better not get sick." She was talking to you, Alex. "You motherfuckers better not get sick. We need fans. We need all the fans we can get this month because it's December and it's Christmas. So don't get sick. It's cold outside." Which I thought was might have been like a comment on like, "Hey, we need more ticket buyers. Please, please, please pay for more tickets. I am begging you." But in like a badass way of like, "Hey, you motherfuckers better not get sick." So yeah, um, Julia said that, and then they closed the show.
Yeah,
How do you feel about the show?
it was an alright show. I had bits I enjoyed and bits that were just kind of underwhelming. But obviously, I'm not fully with it. So, things are kind of all over the place. I'm so upset. I've been fine all day, like genuinely fine. And as soon as we record, I sound like this. Like you
Yeah,
would think I'm on my deathbed with how like blocked up I am, but I'm literally like I'm grand. So this is annoying.
you're literally grand.
Why? Why would you? This is a hate crime. That is a hate crime. That is that that is
Dude, I'm
that is
Irish.
anti-white. I'm sorry, that's anti-white.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Can we say cracker on Spotify? That's my crush. Um. Oh man, no, but did you hear about the controversy regarding the 11th show and all of the issues surrounding that?
No.
Um, the venue only had a one-way entrance,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
Starlight Kid had to enter without her mask on, and people were trying to take pictures of her, and just pictures of the girls without makeup. And it kind of led to Tommy also mentioning, like, "Hey, there's this one dude who just takes pictures of my ass exclusively. Can we talk about that, please? Because it makes me very uncomfortable." And it was just a whole thing. So, yeah, it's a shame that they're fucking weirdos, but here we are. That was the thing. That was all over Twitter. I don't know if I don't want to say it's not relevant because it is obviously very relevant. That's why I brought it up. But it is one of those things that's just like it sucks that people
yes.
are weird.
It is
You know
your
what I mean?
regular reminder that
Um,
as much as people are like, "Wow, all these English-speaking Joshi fans are so weird," the native fans are just as bad, if not
it's
worse. Like they're,
yeah,
this isn't just your foreign weirdos or whatever you want to call them, or your, English speaking fans that are bad. Like a lot of the fan base is pretty shitty. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, okay, this is about to sound really dumb. The white circles mean they won, right?
um yes. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, but so this show was in
Yep.
Hamamatsu, I believe. My thing is now translating properly. Hamamatsu, it got 511 fans, which is a pretty decent number. The first match was Tomoka Inaba defeating Waka Sugiyama in 5 minutes. Did you watch any of this? I don't know if it's up.
There's only the first two matches.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of this because when I was watching it, none of this was up. So we're just kind of gonna run through it, I suppose. Um, Yeah, so Tomoka beat Waka with the one shot kill, deadly Tomoka kick, in 5 minutes. So Waka lasted more than 5 minutes against Inaba. That's good for
Yeah,
her.
I like how like I
Um,
can't recall Tomoka Inaba being on this show when we previewed it, but they were just like, "Hey, are you free? We wanted to beat the shit out of some jobbers." Like that. I don't know. I'm convinced that they gaslit me because I'm 90% sure Waka versus Lady C was meant to happen on one of these shows and then didn't, and I'm just like, when did they change it? How did I not notice? And what matches were changed? And I was meant to listen back to last week's preview to see, but I never got around to it. But like, I just when did they add Smoke Inaba to this weekend? Like, why did why did they
I
say,
don't
hey, we're doing
know.
these random house shows? Why not come along and just beat people up? Like that is so funny. Like that's amazing.
Was she on? Hold on.
She did eventually get graphics.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, she got graphics. But okay, but yeah, I did like that they just kind of fed Inaba. That's pretty cool. Um, the next match, they fed Lady C. Not really, because Utami won. But Lady C and Utami Hayashishita of Queen's Quest defeated Koguma and Momokogo. Utami defeated Kogo with the drum roll, please. Torture Rack
A
bomb. Yeah, the tower hack. Tower hack. Shout out Linus. And yeah, that match happened in 9 minutes. Poor Momokogo. She's really getting her at like the beats breaking off her, or the brakes beaten off her. Sorry. It's a shame, but you know. And then the next match, which I should probably watch when it comes out because it sounds interesting, was Saya Kamatani and Azumi going to a 15-minute draw against the reigning tag team champions Tam Nakano and Natsupoi. I didn't expect it to go to a draw. Honestly, I thought that Azumi would just take the L. Um, could they be building up Saya Kamatani and Azumi as potential challengers?
probably
Who
not.
knows?
They probably just went. We don't want to pit any of these
Well,
people.
maybe not building them up. Maybe not building them up. I could definitely see them being like planting the seeds. Even though I said that like last year when they first had like a month or two where they were just teaming together constantly, and they didn't do anything with it. So I think Stardom's realized that Queen's Quest tag teams are just
Yeah.
too OP because like they have dominated the tag team division up until this year. Like this is the first year that they haven't been like either like the top contenders or the champions like in years. So I think they're kind of like, nope, we are not building any Queen's Quest teams at all. Fuck you. Even though they still went to the finals, they still found a way to get to the finals of the tag league. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, Queen's Quest is OP in the
Yep.
tag division. So they went to 15 with the tag champs. The next match was a 3-on-3 match. Ami Sore got the pin against it was God's Eye versus Stars. Zami Sore, Mirai, and Shuri taking on Hazuki, Saida. No, I'm sad. Because I realized that Saida fell
Yeah.
to Ami Sore and Mayu Iwatani. 30 seconds off of a time limit draw, Ida almost managed to not lose again to the Kyokos, but she just couldn't help it. She grabbed defeat out of the jaws of victory because that's what Saida does, unfortunately. Um, I imagine this was with like a
This
thunderbolt.
is a brain buster.
No, it was with the brain buster. What the fuck? She couldn't even get hit with the good one. That's fucked. Nah, that's
Yeah.
upsetting. It's a shame, real shame. And then the main event was a 5-on-5 match. DDM, all 5 members of DDM fell to Oedo Tai, which was Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid. Is that Ruaka? Maybe Ruaka, and then some other people. Oh,
Dylan.
Saki, Natsuko, you know.
Some other people.
Man, no, yeah, I mean, my favorite heel group just disbanded, so I'm a bit sad. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Yeah, Saki Kashima. Is that the my okay, so full disclosure. Yeah, it was Saki Kashima. Full disclosure, my browser does not translate. It does not have a page translate option. So I'm just reading all of the like kanji and the names like that. So it's not I'm not just being an idiot. Like I'm not just like deciding not to read it. It's like I have to remember whose name it is in Japanese. So that's why I'm being an idiot. My apologies. Um, but yeah, my Sakurai was the one to take the fall. Um, it was the revival that got her, which is kind of surprising. They definitely could have just beat my Sakurai. But I mean, Saki Kashima likes to get that revival on people, so why not? I actually called this last week, because you were like, oh well, I don't know, either one of them could really lose, and I was like, nah, my Sakurai's getting hung out to dry, and she did. I was right. So yeah, that's that show. The show sounded pretty uninteresting. I'm gonna be real. Um, oh, but Mike and Hameka said something after the match to
Oh.
the Koopas.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but there is a picture of them doing a promo.
Well, translate it. Dylan.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Like,
I'm doing that right now. It takes
what is
longer,
this?
okay?
I go down for like one show, and you know,
Okay, okay, okay. Oh fuck, Natsuko said something
oh
first.
my
Okay,
god.
hold on. There's so much.
Okay,
They said
okay.
so much shit.
Essentially,
Okay, hold on. We're good. We're good.
all right.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. I got it. Okay, Natsuko said that they should challenge in Ryogoku if it wasn't for Mahime. Um, because Mahime are fucking weak and they never evolve. Uh, and she made fun of them for just constantly challenging for belts. That's crazy. That's a metagame right there. And Himeka's like, certainly all y'all motherfuckers agree with her, because I get that. But we are going to win the number one contender match. Uh, and people are going to see my Hime like they've never seen them before. I'll show you a new world, blah blah blah. Natsuko says, "What will you guys do if you lose?" And Himeka says, uh, "Who fights on the assumption that we lose?" And then they leave. So, and then fucking kid says some shit about prominence and wanting to beat up Suzuki,
Yeah, Julia
and
gave out to her.
Kashima closed the show.
Starlight Kid was like, "Hey, Julia, you're friends with those prominence bitches. Tell Suzu Suzuki what I said." And Julia was like, "Tell her yourself, you dumbass. Bye."
Oh, that's good. That's good. See, this episode is going swimmingly. But yeah, so it sounds like they are building up a story about My Hime being losers, and I don't like that because we get it. They're losers. We already know that. Please do you do not need to tell me that they are losers. Just make them lose slightly less, please. That's my take
They
on
really
that.
be losers when they're like former
I
champions. And all right, okay,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes. No, 100%. Because like that's spoiler. That's what I'm writing about. Is that they're just like like they are very much um in the shadow of basically every other wrestler, and that kind of is a shame, and they shouldn't be. But that's kind of where they're at right now. So yeah, those were those shows. We didn't get to watch the second one. And it didn't sound particularly good, except for like one or two matches. It sounded kind of interesting. Um, but yeah, I guess we're into
Hell
the
yeah.
preview section.
Did you know there's a new blood this weekend?
Woo! Okay,
There's a new
there
blood.
is.
What the
It's in
hell?
like a day or two. It's tomorrow night actually,
Oh yeah.
for me at least. So that's fun. Uh, yeah. So first, oh my god, Karma's fucking render is
Yeah.
so bad. Why is everything about
I have
Karma
no
so
idea.
bad? I have gotten more worked up about Haruka Umasaki in these past 2 weeks than I think I have about like almost any other individual wrestler outside of like Starlight Kid ever on the show because it just frustrates me so deeply. Um, but okay, we are here talking about New Blood. It is in where is it in, Alex?
Sumitomo
Do you know?
Hall? Is it? Yeah, Sumitomo Hall.
Yeah, Sumitomo.
Isn't that where they've always run it
Yes, it
now?
is.
Because they've
Um,
they've just given up on it.
they did one show that wasn't
The
there. I
last one
feel
was somewhere
like
else, wasn't it?
it might have been.
Yeah, because oh no, the last one was in the
I don't know,
Sumitomo Hall.
but
Okay, that's yeah.
one of them wasn't. But this one is okay. So the first match is Sane
Isn't her name hard to
Takebashi
say? Is it like
Takabayashi.
I couldn't say hers either last time, but I was like, this is just
Yeah,
a long name. I don't know.
Takebayashi.
Yeah.
From Best Body Japan, Best Body Pro Wrestling Japan versus Rina. Widescreen sent me a couple clips of the Best Body girl. She's not very good, but she I'm sure this will be not terrible. Like
Are you
I'm sure she
sure?
could figure something out.
Are you
Maybe.
really sure?
Probably not. I'm trying to be optimistic.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, Rena's winning.
Yeah.
So this is an easy win for Rena. Um, next up is the child from Diana. It is Moran against Miyu Amasaki. Kevin, shout out Queen's
Oh
Quest.
yeah.
Uh, they just completely discontinued her singles match series, which is kind of funny because like now she's like available again, and they're like, nah, we ain't doing that all that for you no more. So
Oh yeah.
that's fine to me now.
Wasn't she meant to have like a fifth one or something? And I don't
Yeah,
know.
they only did like three, and they were supposed to have five.
Amazing.
Because she couldn't show up to one of them. I think like she had school. Uh,
Fantastic.
so yeah, but I mean she's beating the kid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's
I would hope.
yeah. This is a Diana
um,
trainee. She isn't winning for like 6 years.
yeah, I mean Nanami's still in the mud
Yeah.
forever. We'll talk about her a little bit later. Next up is the was it the passion match? Let me get the
Passion
exact name for
injection.
it. The passion infusion passion injection match is Lacey versus Nanai Takahashi. Lady C is joining NSA after this. You heard it here first, folks. No, I'm kidding. Uh, wait, why does that's funny? Nanai just doesn't have a faction. Like she's not considered. She's considered free, which is funny to me. Like NSA is so dead that they don't even consider. Uh, Nanai in a faction. But yeah, Nanai's gonna beat her. This could be good because they work well together in the past. But Nanai in singles matches is not the best. Like I prefer her in tag matches. So there is definitely a possibility that this is kind of underwhelming and it's just kind of Lady C getting beat up for a while and then doing like a bad comeback and then getting beat up some more. That's definitely a possibility. But I can see this being a bit fun if they if they do bring the passion, um, pun intended. If they could really bring the passion to this match, it could be pretty fun. How do you
Yeah, I
feel?
mean, I didn't mind when they were in the tag match with Kyrie and Saya. So if they can keep that up, then let's go. Um, but we'll have to see if they can carry it over to a singles match.
It'd also be nice if they like kept under 10. I would say. Like I think that's kind of the sweet spot.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
You
New
know,
Blood though, they tend to give these a lot of time.
yeah, maybe I'll go 15. Who knows? Um, that would be fucking insane. But yeah, Nanai's obviously winning. The next match is God's Eye. It is Mirai, Tomoka Inaba, and Nanami. Nanami in her first official God's Eye match uh, against Stars' young stars, the low tier gods, Momokogo, Saida, and Hanan. Um, I think Nanami's actually gonna get a win, like for the first time ever,
I don't
because
know.
life's bad.
Like Hanan is fairly well protected on these New Blood shows, and so far so is Ida, like on this brand. So
Yeah, but I feel like Mirai just like overpowers all of that.
usually yes, but they do like
Unfortunately,
to run a draw or two during
I
these.
would. Uh, do you think it'll run a draw? I mean, if any of these matches are going to go to a draw,
It would be this.
it would be
Yeah,
this one. Yeah, I could see a draw. If not, I could definitely just see Mirai beating Momokogo,
yeah.
or even Inaba beating Momokogo. Honestly, but I just hope that Ida doesn't have to lose for no reason, or get pinned for no reason rather, because she's the muscle goat.
Of course.
Shout out to her. Um, Also, I mean, Ida could pin Nanami, like that is possible, but it would take a very specific match layout for that to
Yeah.
happen. Um, and I don't know if they're gonna go with that. So yeah, I can see Nanami actually getting her first win like ever, even though I know it's not literally her first win ever, but it'll be interesting.
Yep.
The next match, I don't want to watch any of the rest of the matches. I'm gonna be real. I want to watch most of these matches. I think that like the last two that we just talked about are the only two I actually want to watch. Next match is Waka Tsukiyama and Tam Nakano taking on Ram, the chairman, and Mike Ozaki. So I thought Waka was finally going to get a win against Ram, but I don't think Mike Ozaki loses to Waka.
No,
Like I don't think Mike Ozaki's involved in that.
no.
So what the fuck did you? I know that was like you like blowing your nose, but it sounded like you just farted into your mic.
God, kill
Um,
it. No,
I'm
I was
sorry.
trying to like inhale.
You are like dying by the
Yeah,
second. This is crazy.
I don't
Like
understand it. Like
it's getting
I know
worse.
it's come out of nowhere. I don't get it. I don't like it.
That's insane. Well, luckily we're gonna this isn't gonna go too much longer. Um, but yeah, so Mike Ozaki ain't losing to Waka. I think Waka might just retire winless.
Nah,
Um,
nah, don't do that.
I don't know. I think we need Leo Onozaki to come back. Get her back fixed by the dude who did Rey Mysterio's entire body. Get Leo Onozaki back and have her and Waka have like a main event of a New Blood show. Um, the woman who was born to beat you against the woman who will never beat you. And yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I agree. I agree. Um, I think that'd be fun, and that'd be the first win for Waka is over Leo Onozaki, who goes back into retirement afterwards. Um, she's wearing the trash bag gear.
Oh
Like,
my
dude, I'm
God.
fantasy booking it.
Yeah.
I want Leo back. But yeah, so not Cosmic Angels is gonna win because
Yeah.
Waka. So uh, we'll see where this goes. Because
Probably
who
another
knows? I don't.
match.
It feels like this has been going on
Yes.
forever. Like this Ram Waka stuff. Like the blackface stuff feels so long ago,
Yeah.
but it's still so present.
Yeah, this feud will continue, I feel
And then
like.
I You're right. New Blood's bad
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. Like this is crazy. Like I'm just like getting more and more upset as we go through this card. Next match is Starlight Kid and Karma taking on Mai Sakurai and Tekla. Chanyoda was supposed to be here, but she's not.
Yeah.
Um,
Tekla is a
I
nice
feel like that'd be
replacement,
way
though.
more. No, no, yeah, no disrespect to Tekla, but I feel like just for the fucked fuckers out there, this match is already fucked. That like Chanyoda, why not? You know, like why not?
Yes.
Bring some eggs and just eat them in the match, like in the middle of the match. Why not? Like who cares? Um, but yeah, Kid and Karma are winning because life's a bitch and then you die. And then after you die, you're buried. And then after you're buried, somebody digs you up and sends you to outer space and you become an alien. Then you come back down and then you're karma. That's what happened. That's the lore. I will not hear anything otherwise. And then the main event of the night is Ami Sourei defending the Future Stardom Championship, her first defense against Ruaka. It's supposed to be Ruaka's graduation from the Future Division, so she's definitely losing. Uh, and yeah, uh, I don't know. This could be like shockingly good, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the best match between them would be enjoyable, but I don't know if they're gonna do that best match, you know?
Exactly. Like they definitely have the tools to work very well together. Um, but I don't know if they will perform at that level, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ami's winning. Ruaka, I feel like Ruaka's in a spot where she is putting more effort into these matches. Um, so I don't think it'll be like a bad match, but it's definitely one that will like take some posturing. It'll take them being on the same page and being very like in sync, understanding what the match needs to be, and then executing it very well. And if they don't do that, it'll be probably pretty mediocre. Because Ami's pretty good at doing the wrong match with people that she should have good matches with, you
Mhm.
know. So it's a bit concerning. But yeah, that's that show. It'll be live tonight, depending on when this comes out. I think
Yeah, yeah.
for the Americans
For
at least.
like
Yeah,
some
but
parts of America, yeah. It'll be the nighttime.
yeah. And then the next match, next show rather. Uh, Hold on, I'm just gonna sort myself out like this, and then we're good. Okay. Next match is the year-end tour 2022. It is in somewhere. I hate that my page does not
Gunma.
translate. Yeah,
Gunma.
yeah, yeah, in Gunma. Uh, and the matches are as follows. There's a three-way match between fucking
Oh my god.
between Mai Sakurai, Miyu Amasaki, and I think that's Rina.
Yeah.
Um,
No, Hina.
it is Rina.
Hina.
Oh, Hina, yeah. Um, so my Sakurai is winning because Queen's Quest is always really dumb in these three-way matches, and that's how it always ends. So yeah, my Sakurai getting to win there. Do
Yeah.
you agree, or do you have any comment? Yeah, okay. Next is a six-woman tag. It is Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Waka Tsukiyama taking on Koguma, Mayu Iwatani, and Momokogo.
No. What?
Uh, s- ra- no, no, it's not. Wait, who's that?
Hanan.
Wait, that is Hanan. Damn, I need to get better at reading kanji. My bad, guys. My bad. I still think Stars is gonna win. Cause Waka.
Yes.
So cool. Um, Next match. This one is the one with Momokogo. Is Momokogo, Hazuki, and Saida taking on the
Wait,
Oedo
wait,
Tai
wait,
team
wait, wait,
of
wait.
Fukigen. I am not wrong this time. Wait, no, I am. That's I
Dylan.
need pictures, okay? I need
Dylan.
pictures. I can't read
What?
kanji. I'm not. I try to be confident,
What?
and I'm not. Okay, I'm just
Do
not
you want to
confident.
swap back? I will suffer through. We can swap back. Are you
No, I
sure?
got this. I got this. I'm an idiot. My bad. I'm trying to get through it quickly so I don't sound like an idiot. But I'm realizing that's like I'm gonna sound like an idiot anyway. So I should just take my time. This is like second grade stuff that I should have learned. But my apologies, guy. So I was wrong. It is Koguma, Hanan, and Momokogo taking on the Cosmic Angels, which they're still going to win because Waka Tsukiyama's on that team. And then this match is way more interesting because it has the top three from Stars. It has the money trio. It is Mayu, Iwatani, Hazuki, and Saida taking on some people from Oedo Tai that are named Saki Kashima, Fukigen Death, and Rina. Yeah, it's a Stars win. It's hard to beat that trio, so good for them.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Stars team is pretty OP.
Just a bit. Next up, it is a 4-on-4 match. It is another preview to Shuri and Julia. It is Shuri, Mirai, Amisore, and Tomoka Inaba taking on Julia, Maika, Himeka, and Tekla. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Tekla can maybe lose to like Shuri.
Yeah, well, Julia won
I
the
guess.
last one, so they
I
probably do
imagine.
give Fury.
Yeah, I imagine they want to keep it 50-50. Yeah, I imagine Shuri goes over
Yeah.
Tekla. Because Tekla's not really doing anything in the immediate future. And then the main event is as follows. It is Queen's Quest versus Oedo Tai, Utami Hayashishita, Sai Kamatani, Azumi, and Lady C taking on Natsuko Tora, Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid, and Ruaka. Sorry. Um, I don't know. This is like a. I mean, it's three top talents and then one loser. And Ruaka is not as much of a loser as Lady
Yeah.
C. So I imagine this is an Oedo Tai win, which kind of sucks. It feels like it's been a while since Queen's Quest has like gotten a strong win to end one of these house shows. But I feel like Oedo Tai just has the numbers on
Yeah,
them.
Oedo Tai probably gets it. They usually get like wins on these smaller shows for a while. Especially since they're probably losing a good bit at the Dream Queendom. So, you give them a few wins here.
Yeah. Then we'll talk about it next week or the week after or whatever. I don't know. Whenever Dream
Next.
Queendom is, but
Oh,
that's gonna
yeah,
be
that's
fun.
gonna be weird
The next
because it's on a
show.
Thursday, I think. Oh
It
God,
is.
how?
Yes. And also, it's also going to be weird because I need to talk to you about this. I don't know when I'm going back home. Because I was supposed to go back home around Dream Queendom, but I'm realizing I should not do that because we have to record. Unless we record like super early, and then we would miss year and climax. It's a whole mess. We'll talk about it a
Okay.
little bit later when I'm a bit more confident about when I'm going home. But yes, there might be a guest. You might need a guest either next week or well, not the week after. You might need a guest
Oh
next week.
God. Okay.
I'll
All
talk to you
right.
later. Uh, yeah. Sorry for the tangent, guys. Next match or next show, it is also a year-end tour show. It is in Tochigi. I got that one. And yeah, the matches are as follows. Saida will face Lady C in a singles match. I am begging, and I mean begging, for Ida to win.
I mean, she has to.
Um, yeah. This is like the fourth time they've wrestled in a singles match because Ida was Lacey's first ever match, um, back in the day, and they've done it maybe twice since, and Ida has won all of them. So I'm hoping that we just keep on that roll, unless Nanai like injects passion into her and she just starts winning matches, and I get really depressed that Ida loses to Lady C. It's also possible. Um, and then next up is oh boy, we're back to the tag league, guys. Next up is a three-way tag. It is Micah and Himeka taking on Koguma and Momokogo, taking on O2 line of Azumi and Amasaki. So Micah Himeka beats Momokogo. Uh, yeah, unless Azumi gets
Yeah,
like a
no,
roll up.
it's Mahime.
Yeah. So fun. Next match includes Waka Tsukiyama, so you can guess where it's going. Tam Nakano, Natsuko, not Natsuko. Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Waka Tsukiyama taking on Natsuko, Saki, and Ruaka. Yeah, the bean sprout
Oh
2000.
God, Dylan.
Yeah, the pork bean sprouts 2000 are
Yes.
gonna win the match.
I never realized how much I would miss Mina Shirakawa, but the more I have
Oh yeah,
to
oh yeah,
see,
dude. This lack of Unagi and Mina
oh
is
my
like
God.
terrible. It
Yeah.
is it is a disaster. Like they need those motherfuckers. Like I made a joke about Mina's gonna like get some maybe not the track, but she's gonna get some new homies. And I was like, please, she Cosmic Angels needs all the homies they can get. because this is
The
not
fun
going
thing
well.
is they have colors on tap. They just never book any of
Yeah,
them.
where where is Shimizu?
Who
Why is she
knows?
not
Honestly,
on any of these
who
building
even
shows?
knows?
Like, she's not even on the year-end climax, is she?
I thought she was.
She might be, but I feel like I don't remember her
Well,
being there.
we can check now. If yeah, all
Yeah,
right,
I'm
okay.
checking. I'm checking.
Yeah, because I feel like I haven't seen her a lot anywhere, like even in the places she used to work, but I don't really know.
Yeah, no, because Azumi's doing the Kid Amasaki match,
Oh yeah.
so
Oh
they're not doing
shit,
that
yeah,
preview. And then Cosmic Angels is tied up with the
yeah.
fucking
It's
damn. What is
I
wrong with
know
this company?
it's quite bad because
Oh
like
my
Azumi versus Shimizu will
days.
be fun, but they really don't care about it. It's pretty shit.
Yeah, it is. It's a real shame. It's quite frustrating as
Yeah.
somebody who's a fan of both of them. Um, but yeah, back to the show we're actually previewing for this weekend. It is the next match is, you guessed it, another preview for Shuri and Julia. It is Shuri, Mirai, and Ami Sore taking on Julia, Mai Sakurai, and
Oh, this is
Tekla.
the draw.
Uh,
This is the draw.
Mai Sakurai
No,
has to
this is a
lose.
draw because
If anything, the show before this is a draw, and
no,
this is where Shuri
no,
finally wins.
because it's the
And they
semi-main, so
do it
it's
one
only
winner one.
15.
Yeah, damn. Okay, yeah, I guess that's happening. And then this match is a three-way in the main event, I guess. Is there something special about this? No, it's just a three-way
Is this?
tag. Oh,
Yep.
this is the cool one. This is the cool one. This is the Shimai battle. It is Mayu, Hazuki, and Hanan taking on Utami, Kamatani, and Hina taking on Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid, and Rina. So this is really interesting, actually. I remember when I first saw this match, I was like, oh, they're definitely doing uh Rina, Hina, and Hanan in the Derby, but I don't think they are anymore because the numbers don't check out. Um, but yeah, this is an interesting match actually. It's one of the first times that like I feel like on one of these like maybe not bigger shows, but on one of these shows that uh because it's probably the
Well,
first main event that
this is
features all
in
three of the
Tochigi.
sisters. Oh yeah, it's their hometown. That
I
makes
thought
sense.
you, of all people, would be
But
like
this is
immediately clicking that.
yeah, I
So
did.
I've noticed.
I know. No, it's well, to be fair, I probably would have if I had time to just like ponder while
That's
you
fair.
talk. You know what I mean? Because that's what always happens on these shows is that I just be pondering and I'll be like, oh yeah, and like that's just how my brain works. Um, I'm not good at like talking and thinking at the same time, if you couldn't tell.
Okay.
Uh, but I am. I'm great at rambling, but you know they're not usually very coherent. But yeah, this is the first time, as far as I'm aware, that all three sisters will be in the main event of a Stardom show. So that's pretty big. Like that's pretty cool. Um, I feel like Hanan over one of them is
What
makes the
if
most sense.
Reno
Uh,
wins and closes the show?
I mean, I could
Because
definitely also see
Halan's
that.
got everything this year, and Rita hasn't. And also, Rita will then be able to be like, "Hey, Amy, you old cow, I want a future Stardom title match."
Why are you talking about your woman like that?
Well,
God
because that's
damn.
how Rita would talk. But I'm not. I can't let this slide anymore. You're bringing this up way too much. You made a tweet the other day about it as well.
I did. I did. She's repping the Bullet Club. That's in No
Disgraceful.
Can
No
Do'sville.
wonder she's so bland.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it. I feel like Rena always gets these kind of like, uh, not shock wins, but she just like randomly will. I mean, they all kind of beat each other. But if we went back and looked through who has beaten the other two the most, it's probably Rena. Especially like in the more recent years since like Rena's joined Oedo Tai, she's gotten a lot of upsets on Hanan, a lot of upsets, maybe not upsets, but she's gotten a lot of wins over Hina. Um, so I could definitely see where it's like it's probably going to be whoever's being built to the next thing, which right now would be Rena to the future belt, is probably going to win. So I could definitely see that. But also, Hanan's not doing much at Queendom. She's got the Derby. Yeah, I mean,
And none
I
of
could
them
definitely
are,
see Rena
but
winning.
like Rena challenging and Rena winning and then getting promo time to challenge Abby would be kind of good.
Yeah, but that's like the 4th show in a row that Oedo Tai is gonna close, and I'm
Yeah,
just
but
not really feeling
they
that.
do that sometimes. They're like the house show icons.
They do that. They do that almost like exclusively at the end of the year every year, and that's why I hate the end of the year so much.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they go through random stretches where they will just be
No, they do.
unbeatable on house shows, and then you're like, all right, cool, because then they get their lumps taken on the big shows usually. So
Yeah, can't wait for fucking Prominence to beat the shit out of them. But yeah, so I feel like, yeah. I mean, I'm still going with Hanan, but Rina probably makes the most sense if we're
yeah,
building to something. You know what I mean?
definitely.
So yeah, I mean, either of them can pin Hina. Unfortunately, Velke woke me up texting me saying that Hina is lame. And I was like, why? Like, what does this have to do with anything? Why are you like this? So yeah, Hina's definitely taking the fall though. So
Well,
that's fun.
yeah, I mean that's her spot really.
Yeah,
She's shown a lot less than the other two. So
yeah. I mean, right now she's pretty not relevant, right?
yes.
So, but yeah, those are the shows that we have to. That's the show. That is the show. I am sorry. That's my take. I am
It's not
sorry.
that bad.
No, I just like it's I've had a bad week, and then I woke up to you telling me that my favorite male faction in the world is dying, and then I look at the results and they're bad from the New Japan show, and then you're sick,
Yeah.
so I have to like read, and my browser doesn't auto translate into English, so I have to read kanji, and I thought I was better at it than I am because names like My Sakurai are just I can't like it doesn't function in my brain when I read it in Japanese. So yeah, my bad, y'all. It's been a rough week and it's gotten worse today. So
Oh my god.
do you have any closing comments, Alex?
Um, yeah, we'll be back next
Yeah,
week.
you can close the show. You can close the
Yeah,
show.
all right.
It's
We'll
your
we'll be
gimmick.
back next week, hopefully in a better state. I don't know, like if I had known I would be this bad, I wouldn't have recorded, but I was literally fine until we started to do the show. Like you could hear me at the start of the show and I'm okay, and I've progressively gotten more stuffy the entire way.
Yeah, you sounded like a little bit like nasally, and that
Yeah.
was it. I was like, "Oh, like you okay, bud?" And now it's like you are very clearly like need to go to bed.
Yeah, which is weird because
You need to get some medicine, go to
I don't
bed.
feel like anything else. Like it's just my nose. Like I'm fine otherwise. Which is just completely out of nowhere. Um, but yeah, we'll be back next week and we'll be in better state. We'll have to figure out what we're doing with regards to
Yeah,
Dream Queendom and Year End Climax, and we'll review New Blood because that airs live, even though I don't think anybody's really interested in this show because it's not a great lineup. Um, but yeah, stick with us. Sasha Banks is potentially almost real, and that is when shit is going to get so exciting. Um, so yeah, I think that's it. So if you want to close the show, we can close the show.
okay.
All right. If you want to stand, you may stand. If you want to sit, you may sit. Believe today, shine tomorrow. You decide what to believe in. Ijo.
Ichiban. I had to do that. Shout out Suzuki-gun. I'll miss you.